alright, because we're going to get started anyway. So you guys, today is the Gemini Eclipse. It's happening at 20 degrees Gemini. So if you know where that is in your chart, it's super helpful to know. And why don't you comment also so I can know if you know what house Gemini is for your chart. That would be super helpful. Comment with what house your Gemini is in, and if you already know you've got any planets or asteroids close to 20 degrees Gemini. Let me know in the comments, because that's going to make a huge difference for you. So this is a huge eclipse. And I'll probably actually start us off with channeling from Isis and Nephthys about this eclipse. But we've got the sun, which is like our identities, and the moon, which is our emotional life, and Mercury retrograde, all conjunct, meaning the sun, moon, and Mercury retrograde are all in the same exact place in the sky. So again, the sun's like our identity, the moon's like our emotional life, and Mercury, you've probably heard that word, mercurial energy. Mercury energy is all about the mind. It's all about the intellect. It's all about creativity, and it's quick, and it's mutable. It's changing. And you add this jalopy of conjunctness against the backdrop of Gemini, which is such a Mercurian sign, such a heady sign, and such a dualistic sign. If you think about the archetype, you know, the astrological archetype of Gemini, it couldn't be more dualistic. It literally looks like two columns, right? So that kind of dualism and that kind of split nature of Gemini is also a part of this eclipse. There's also a point in your chart that correlates with the galactic center. So the actual center of our galaxy. The sun is the center of our little neighborhood, but the galactic center is the center of the whole galaxy. And that energy is also feeding into this eclipse. So straight off the bat, we've got so much energy going on. So much energy going on. We've got the galactic center, we've got sun, moon, Mercury retrograde conjunct against the dualistic nature and energy of Gemini for our eclipse happening today. So for anybody who is feeling overwhelmed, who is feeling like an overstuffed basket of emotions, like a cornucopia that's just like barfing out excess fruit, and you're not really sure what to do with it, this is what I want to say to you. And then I'll channel a little bit for you guys. And I'm channeling right now. Sorry, that's why I'm not looking directly into the camera. But the best way to ground this out is to do exactly that. Ground it out. This can be such an overwhelmingly heady energy. And again, especially being in Gemini, you want to think about opposites. So like intellect, That's air. What's the opposite? What can kind of ground the air? Literally, ground. You want to be grounding this. One of the best ways for you to return to an even keel and a sense of stability is to ground yourself and pull through these energies into form. And that could be anything from journaling it out to playing with Play-Doh. But as much as possible, dropping from head to heart and dropping from head to hands is what they're saying. And I'm actually going to pull us a card now and do a quick channeling, and then we'll move on to your questions. So if you do have any questions, type them into the comments now so I can have a look as soon as I'm done with this. But real quick, we're going to do a channeling from Nephthys and Isis. And I'm using my Isis Oracle deck from Alana Fairchild. And if you look at my post, you'll see a link to shop my faves. And this deck is actually linked there. I have a section especially for tarot. And I'm still not seeing any comments, which is really bugging me because this always happens. I always feel like I'm locked out of my own comments. But again, if you do have questions, at least just try to get them in the comments. And if I'm not getting them, I'll actually open my iPad when I'm done channeling. This is so frustrating. I don't know why this seems to like always be a part of our gatherings. But anyway, okay, so I'm going to pull a card now. Okay, I'm going to look at it with you. That's the front. And it reads, oh, big surprise, High Priestess. A mystery is to be unveiled. A new clarity around your direction is unfolding. Be willing to wait for the full reveal, but also recognize what is happening at this time. You will be gaining valuable insight into where you are being led and for what purpose. And pretty much, you couldn't ask for a better description of eclipse energy, of this eclipse energy. So whatever it is you're feeling, whatever it is, or however that's being expressed, wherever you're, whatever area of life you're really feeling this, you are going to be receiving guidance. Gemini is all about the intellect, and so is Mercury. Mercury is the archetypal planet of communication. And when Mercury is in retrograde, you may be feeling things like nostalgia, or more simply, a desire to reanalyze things from the past. And all of this is okay. There's no good or bad. And like I like to say, as above, so within. Because these planetary bodies have archetypal influences on us. Just like, for example, we all know the moon affects the tides of the ocean. Well, our bodies are like whatever that number is, 90-some% water. You can understand why then there is an influence, an archetypal influence of what happens in the sky. And as we just said, there's a lot happening in the sky. So I don't see any comments yet. But I'm going to actually go onto my iPad to see if that'll help. Sometimes that helps, which is bizarre to me, that my iPad could possibly help in this time like this. But, okay, now I can see comments. Yay, I can see comments on my iPad. Hi, Dora. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Maria. Hi, Lillian. Okay, yes. So, yeah, you guys, if you have any questions about this eclipse or any metaphysical questions about your spiritual journey, please just let me know. Isis and Nephthys just want you to know, whatever version of mental overwhelm you may be feeling, it's all to the end of enlightenment. It's all to the end of a greater and deeper revealing. And that is the function and the vehicle of this Gemini eclipse. So to me, this card really brings it all together. Makes perfect sense. And they're really just saying, a lot of you might be used to taking action. And Wayne Dyer said this the other day. He said it to a client of mine, and he has said it to me in the past, that I am used to yawning myself to death, meaning I'll take hyperaction instead of recognizing this might be a cycle where yin or receptive energy is needed. Where I'm in a season, I'm being called to a season to receive rather than do. So keep that in mind, because this is so mental. You are going to be getting downloads. Even your sleep time, they're saying, is going to be exceptionally busy. So you may be feeling more tired than usual. Don't read into it. They're just showing me strata upon strata of energy, of galactic energy, and how that amount, that sheer volume of energy compounds upon itself and therefore upon each of us. It makes perfect sense. Okay, so you guys, that's the channeling for this week. It's about the eclipse happening today. If you guys can do any journaling today, or even better, tonight, that would be amazing. Try to be really easy with yourself. Get through the day. Don't pay too much attention to all the different facets of voices and elements. This is a mental cornucopia. More will be revealed. And tonight would be the perfect time to do a bit of journaling. And clarity is being promised. It might not happen all at once. It might not be one truth bomb. You might not sit down tonight with your diary and capture that skeleton key that opens everything. But at a minimum, you'll make a start. And that reveal, that deeper and greater and more meaningful reveal, will begin by your journaling this evening. So for any of you who can do it, please do. And I'm going to check here to see if there are any more questions. Okay, let me see. Ah. I don't see any questions. But I'm going to try one more time because I see some comments that for some reason I'm not able to see. Of course. Okay, you guys, I don't see any questions. I'm going to try to refresh this one more time. And then let me see if I'm not getting any questions. We can wrap it up. Man. Sorry, guys. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Oh, wait. There's some more comments. Wrap it up. Oops. Man. So 17 comments. Okay. Not missing anybody? Oh my God. I'm sorry, you guys. There's some more comments. I'm trying to mute this. All right. How do I get down to the questions? Swipe left. Okay. Oh, good, Morgan. I'm glad you've been nudged to journal. I'm like, that's so perfect because you're going through so much. And the ability to self-reflect objectively is really assisted by the act of journaling. So I'm happy to hear that, actually. And Sandra, hi, am I on the path to finding myself? You've never lost yourself. I think what you really want to be asking yourself is, am I feeling conscientiously? Like, am I feeling more and more aware of the greater spiritual being that I really am? There's Sandra, just that little dollop of Sandra role-playing as separate as Sandra, when in reality 99% of Sandra is anchored in spirit. And that connection is the one that you want to practice feeling or being or seeing or hearing, but living in awareness of. That's the practice. And the ideal is living in conscientious awareness of your greater self at all times, knowing that you're in union, feeling it, knowing it, and exchanging with that part of yourself, your higher self or your inner being, whatever you want to call it. That is the path to divine remembrance. So the answer is yes. But instead of looking out here, your guides want you holding up a mirror and looking within only. Because all the answers you seek, and the comfort and inspiration and sovereignty, can only come from the inside out. I hope that helped. All right, you guys, I love you all. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video. Check out my new shop, and if you'd like to do more of these Q&As, please join me over on Patreon. I've linked my shop, and I've linked Patreon in the post. Enjoy. I love you all. Thank you so much. And we'll do this again next week. Bye, guys.